Thank you, Anders, and welcome to today's broadcast on Zebra's new revolutionary TC8000. My name is David Barnes, and I'm your host for today's broadcast. Now, today we're in a relatively small warehouse. They're a little bit cold, but there are large warehouses and, quite frankly, ginormous warehouses out there. But irrespective of the size, many are going through a period of transformation and change. What's driving that change? E-commerce. Recently, I read an article that Walmart are investing $1 billion in e-commerce. And that translates to millions of extra square footage of distribution warehouse centers. I've been speaking to a few warehouse managers recently, and there was two stories that came to mind or came to light that I want to share with you. First one of those, the warehouse manager were talking around their operations and how to improve the efficiencies. And he showed me his 11-year-old mobile computers. I just questioned, I said, why are you using such old technology? And he said, they might be battered and bruised, but they're still working. He said, they're still delivering me what I need today with my terminal emulation. And that's a pretty typical story of many warehouses. They're using technology that's just working. And why do they need to go and change them? Now, the second story comes from an operation which is much more focused on e-commerce. And they said, we're expanding buildings, we're speeding up conveyor belts, but my people are working at maximum capacity. And my challenge is, how do I improve productivity of people? Now, today's warehouse is becoming a spotlight in many large organizations. They need to drive efficiency, which is driving competitive advantage, which is driving, ultimately, the bottom line for the business, as many organizations are moving towards an e-commerce route. But the problem is, many of these organizations are using technology that could be 20 years old. And it's going back to that first story. They're saying, well, if it doesn't break, there's no point in fixing it. But we believe that we can get extra productivity gains out of mobile computing. For those customers that want to drive to that next level of the competitive edge, we can get some extra productivity gains. But to do so, we've had to start again. We've had to re-look at the mobile computing form factor and challenge ourselves, and we believe challenge the industry.